The chapter starts with the life of Buddha, who was the founder of Buddhism. His original name was Siddharth Gautam or Siddharth or Gautam. He was born about 2500 years ago in Lumbini in Nepal. Buddha belonged to Sakya Gana. Gana is a form of government in which there are many rulers, and he was a Kshatriya. He left comforts of his home in search of knowledge. He wandered for several years, held meetings and discussions with lots of people. Then he meditated for several days under a peepal tree, and that is the place where he attained enlightenment. And he came to be known as Buddha or Wise One. At Sarnath near Varanasi, he gave his first sermon or his first religious talk, or I can say pravachan, and he spent his entire life educating people. This is the picture of Dhamik Stoop, which is at Sarnath, and he passed away at Kusinara in UP. So, here is a map showing Bodh Gaya in Bihar, where he attained enlightenment, Sarnath in UP, where he gave his first sermon, and Kusinagar in UP, where he passed away. According to Buddha, life is full of sufferings and unhappiness. We remain unhappy because we have unfulfilled desires. Our dreams are never fulfilled. When we get something in life, we want more of it. So we want a house also, we want a car also, and we want lots of other things. This dissatisfaction he described as thirst or tanha. And he also believed that this constant craving, this constant thirst for something can be overcome by following moderation in everything. Which means, अगर हम अपनी life में कुछ changes ले आए, तो हम अपनी इस प्यास को मिटा सकते हैं. And he also taught that people should be kind and respectful towards the lives of others, including animals. He also believed that whatever we do in present life affects us in present as well as in next life. That means good actions give us good results and bad actions give us bad results. He also encouraged people to think for themselves rather than following him blindly. He taught people in Prakrit language, which was the ordinary language over there, so that people can understand. Dear students, around the time when Buddha was teaching, there were people who had lots of questions about life. For example, what will happen after death? What is Atma? What is universe? What is Brahm? Etc. So many of these ideas were recorded in books called Upanishads. Upanishads were part of Vedas, and it means approaching and sitting near. Upanishads contain conversations or dialogues between teachers and students, and once a story gets over, you get some knowledge. Dear students, most of the Upanishadic thinkers were men, especially Brahmins and Rajas, but there are exceptions everywhere. For example, there was a woman thinker named Gargi. She was very famous for her learning and she even participated in debates held in royal courts. Another example is of Satyakama Jabala, who was a poor man and he was a son of a slave woman, Jabali. He wanted to learn about reality, about life, and he was accepted as a student by a Brahmin teacher named Gautam, and he became a very famous thinker of his time. Many of the Upanishadic thinker ideas were later on developed by a famous thinker named Shankaracharya. Students, a thinker is not someone who just sits and thinks. Thinker is someone who gains knowledge about life, about reality, about universe, etc. And then they either narrate it to people orally or they produce these ideas in books. So what were those questions which the thinkers of Upanishads wanted to answer? So Upanishadic thinkers wanted to know whether there is life after death or where do we go after we die, and is there something permanent in universe? What will happen after the universe will come to an end? Is there something that will remain in this world? And they wanted to know why sacrifices should be performed. That means जो बलि चढ़ाई जाती है वो क्यों चढ़ाई जाती है? And all these ideas were recorded in Upanishads.